Hello everyone, welcome you all in class 10 social science classes. We are discussing geography chapter number 7 Lifelines of National Economy. This is module number 3 of chapter number 7. In this module we are going to discuss about the second mode of transportation, this is the landways. So let's start the topic. Second mode of transportation, this is the waterways. Waterways. In all mean of the transportation or in mode of the transportation, we can say that waterway is the cheapest mode of transportation. When we talk about all mode, means the three mode, land, water and air. So in three mode of transportation, waterways are the cheapest mode of transportation. But when we talk about the landways, so for a short distance, the cheapest one is roadways, and for a long distance the cheapest one is railways. But contrary on the three mode of transportation like land, water and air, so among all three the waterways are the cheapest mode of transportation. As well, these are very efficient as well as cheap for the heavy and bulky goods. So water transport is most favorable or suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. It is fuel efficient as well as eco friendly. So that's why, because it is fuel efficient, so that's why we can say that it is environment friendly mode of transportation. Though there are three important characteristics of the waterway, this is the cheapest mode of transportation, carrying bulky and heavy goods, and this is fuel efficient, so it is also known as environmental friendly. There are two mode of transportation, these are inland waterways and overseas. So inland waterways in India has inland navigation waterways of near about 14,500 km inland. Out of these, only 3,700 km are navigable by mechanized boat. Mechanized boat means machinized boat basically. The following waterways has been declared as the national waterway like NW, National Waterway by the government. And an NW number 1, the expansion of the NW means National Waterway number 1. So this is the Ganga river between Allahabad and Haldia, means the National Waterway number 1 made over Ganga river and between the Allahabad and Haldia. The distance of this 1620 kilometers. National Waterway number 2 on Brahmaputra river between Sadia and Dhubri. So this is the National Waterway number 2. Then the third National Waterway number 3, the West Coast Canal in Kerala, near about 205 kilometers only. So these three are the national waterways. As we can see, the different national waterway, the total states and other things. National Waterway number 1 in Ganga, then National Waterway number 2 on Brahmaputra river, Dhubri to Sadia, then National Waterway number 3, Western Coastal Canal, National Waterway number 4 on Godavari, Krishna and canals. It's from Kakinada to Pondicherry, that length 1078 kilometers. Then National Waterway number 5 on Brahmani river and delta canals, etc. Overseas, second kind of waterways, these are overseas, means from one ocean to another. So with a coastline length of 7,516 km, this is 7,516.6 km distance. India is dotted with 12 major and 181 medium and minor ports. These ports handle 95% foreign trade. in the foreign trade, there are two components of foreign or international trade: import and export. So the import and export combinedly handle 95% by the major ports only. Means there are different major ports. So India's, the country's 95% trade done by these ports only. Kandla in Kutch was the first seaport. Kandla was the in Kutch was the first seaport. This is the then Mumbai is the biggest seaport with a spacious, natural and well sheltered harbour. So Mumbai is called as a natural harbour, giving the natural facility. This is also called as natural port, or this is the biggest port, natural biggest port. Then Marmagao port, this is in Goa, and this is the premier iron ore exporting port to the country. New Mangalore port, located in Karnataka, cater to the export of iron ore also from the Kudremukh mine of the Karnataka. Then Kochi is the extreme southwest port of India. Waterway, as we already discussed that there are two type of waterway: inland and overseas. So inland, within the territory of the country, this is NW1, NW2, NW3, NW4 and NW5. Overseas, so national waterway in the major seaport. At the time of independence, there were 5 seaports. Right now, in presently, the seaports which held over western coast and the seaports which exist over the eastern seacoasts: Kandla, Mumbai, Jawaharlal Nehru, Marmagao, Mangalore and Kochi. These are the different west port exist over western coast. Kochi is the southwest most port. Then at the eastern coast there is Tuticorin, Chennai, Kolkata, Vishakhapatnam, Paradip and Haldia. Tuticorin is the southeasternmost port in India. As you can see in the map also, there are different ports over India. That this is the Kandla at Kutch, then second is Mumbai, then Marmagao, then New Mangalore, and this is the Kochi. So Kochi is this is the east direction, west, north and south. So in southwest direction, most southwest port is the Kochi. Then if we talk about the eastern coast, this is first of all Kolkata, then Kolkata, Haldia, then Paradweep, then Vishakhapatnam. Vishakhapatnam is a landlocked port. Then Chennai. Chennai is the biggest artificial port, as we already discussed. Mumbai is the biggest natural port, and Chennai is the oldest as well as biggest man-made or artificial port. Then the Tuticorin. Tuticorin is the most southeastern port. Kochi is the southwestern port and Tuticorin is a southeastern port. Vishakhapatnam is a landlocked port, and Haldia and Kolkata, these are the important ports for the West Bengal area. So these port also called as the gateway of the trade, because as you know the 95% of trade of India done by these ports. So these ports are very important as well, essential for the industrial as well as economic development of any country. Airways and communication and trade we will discuss in next module. Thank you.